Hey, what's up? This is Nick from MagLoft, and in this video session, we'll be going over how you can create a page that promotes your latest blog posts. So I've already started a new page here. So if you see, if I go to pages, I created a new page, and you've seen this before. I added a layer widget, gave it a background image, which is optimized, and I gave it a minimum height of 100 VH, just to give us this background image that we need for this page. Now this is going to be a page about our recent blog post. So I'll start by dragging in a layer, and I'm going to give this the background image of the first post, which is this one here. Just click, and I'm going to give it a minimum height of 50 VH, so about half of the screen. There we go. Next I'll drag another layer just below. So this is for my text. I am going to give this a background color of white, completely white. And I'm going to drag in a heading and a paragraph. My heading is going to be 14 fun things to do in Seminyak, and my text is going to be this. Then I'm going to add the URL, the link that this will lead to. So this is leading back to Zalondo's website, their blog. And one thing to notice here at the end of their link, they're using the Google UTM. So this is a way that you can track where or Google Analytics can track where your traffic is coming from. And you can see here the source is set to Zalondo Magazine issue 1, and the medium is set to post. So Mas will be able to know exactly how much traffic is coming from the app to his website when people click on this link, because we've added this UTM parameter. So I'm gonna save that up, and I'll do the same for the heading here. Just add the URL. There we go. And this image and the text here, it's taking up too much of the page. So to give that a little bit more space here in between, I'm gonna select the background image layer, and I'm gonna give it some more padding. So we're gonna do 6 VH, we're gonna do 4 VW, we'll leave that one for now, and 4 VW. There we go. So remember, whenever you come across a section or a collection of widgets that you'd like to use over and over again, think about content blocks. You can save them once and then reuse them across issues and pages. So this is pretty neat. We have an image, we have a text block here below, and this could be a very good candidate for what we call content blocks. Now, if you wanted to save this entire section here, this layer and this layer with the widgets inside, you need to add a third layer that has both of these layers nested inside of it. Because if you select this layer and save it as a block, you'll only get the image. If you select this layer and save as block, you'll only get the text. So what we're going to do is we're going to take another layer widget. I'm going to drag it just on top of this one. Then we're going to take the image layer. We're going to click drag and put this one inside the layer. You can see now there's a bit of a gap here. It shows that this one is outside of this third layer. So we're going to do the same here. I'm going to take the text layer, click drag, and we're going to drop it right below the image, which is now inside or nested in its own layer. Now I know this whole parent and child and nesting of layers seems a little bit confusing in the beginning, but trust me on this. Once you practice a little bit more, you'll really get the hang of it, and then it becomes pretty simple. And now if we click the parent layer, you see I have the text layer selected here. If I click parent layer, you'll see that it now has both the image and the text in this layer. And now I can save it, but before I do, I'm just going to get rid of all the padding. Actually, I'm going to leave a bit of padding at the bottom here so we get some space. Actually, I think I'm going to need a little more. I'm going to try and go with 8, just so we have some space in between the different posts. So now I can take this layer, I can save it as a block, and then I can reuse it in any other issue, any other page by just dragging it in from my blocks library here. For this page, all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the clone selection button, which will clone everything that is inside of the widget that I have selected. So I'm going to click that once, and you'll see it just creates a duplicate right below, which I can now go in and edit, which makes my work a lot faster and a lot easier, and a lot more fun as well. You see what I mean? It's some real powerful stuff, cloning widgets and saving content blocks. And this is what the new post looks like. Let's finish up this page. Let's give it a couple of tweaks. So we're going to select the background image again, the layer background, and we're going to give it a parallax effect of stay. So now we get this regular parallax, which we've seen before already. Then I'm going to give it pattern bottom. I'm going to give it another 100 VH, which means an entire page. So now I should be able to scroll all the way to the bottom and be able to see the full image that we set initially as our background image. And to complete this, I'm going to drag in a layer. This is going to be for our footer, for our image credits. And so for this, I'm just going to drag in a paragraph widget. And I already have my text. Here it is. I'm going to quickly style this. I'm going to give it white text. And we're going to align this to the right. There we go. And of course, we're going to link to this Flickr account. Give credits where credits are due. I'm going to make that bold. And there we go. Now, in order to get this one, I want this one to stick at the bottom no matter what. You can see now it scrolls with the layer. And now for this layer, we can give it a specific style under layout. We're going to give it footer. And that is going to force it down at the bottom of the page. So you can see it shows up here when you scroll to the bottom. I think that's a pretty neat effect, which makes it look very good. You get to enjoy the full view of this beautiful image. And finally, to complete this page, we're going to add in our header, of course, that is under our blocks. Here's our page header. So I'm just going to drag this one in to the very top. I'm going to dump it here. Then we're going to get rid of the paragraph. I'm going to change the text. And we're going to make this blue. So let's see if I can find a nice blue. I think that was a great shot right there. We're going to go with that. There's our blue, there's our header, latest from the blog, and we've got 2 blog posts that lead back to the blog page. A nice, beautiful image with credits, of course, because give credits where credits are due. I really hope you're starting to see the power and potential of the TypeLoft editor. With a little bit of practice and using cloning and content blocks, you can create some really amazing content in no time at all. As always, if you have any questions or suggestions for other videos, please let us know. We'd love to do them for you. For now, this is Nick Martin from MagLoft, and I'll see you in the next one.